Imagine you're traveling, you arrive at your destination, open up your suitcase, and your heart drops. You forgot your entire makeup bag. You and I both know I have a ridiculous amount of makeup at home. But right now, in this what if scenario, I have none. So if I had to walk into a store right now and put together a flawless routine, what am I actually buying? But here's the catch. I am not going to spend $1,000 on an emergency makeup kit. So today, every single high-end splurge has to be undupable, or I'm swapping it out for a more affordable item. This video is extra special because it is a collaboration with my good friend and fellow beauty YouTuber, Stephanie Marie. Do you guys remember the absolute heyday of YouTube beauty, where creators would do tags, challenges, swap videos? These types of videos used to be the heart of the beauty community, and they've really unfortunately fallen by the wayside. So we wanted a fun way to bring our two communities together. Believe it or not, Stephanie and I met almost 25 years ago on a very popular beauty lovers message board called Makeup Alley. And I know some of you watching remember us being there. Now we're both YouTubers. We absolutely love what we do. Stephanie is a next level beauty enthusiast. She is so knowledgeable about pretty much everything. You would think that she was a makeup artist, that she had been a makeup artist like me in the past. Her foundation roundups are not to be missed. She does fantastic Amazon related content, and her recommendations are absolute gold. So Stephanie will be doing her own version of this video. I will have her video linked in the description box to see what she would immediately rebuy. All right, let's go shopping. I'm 99% certain that if this happened to me, I would head directly to the closest Ulta, provided I was somewhere that had an Ulta. Why Ulta? Well, if you're watching this video, it's more than likely you are aware that Ulta carries a wide variety of products of all price points. Drugstore, mid-end, high-end. Don't forget, this is an emergency makeup kit. I can't be ordering anything online. I can't be ordering anything from Amazon. I would more than likely make a stop at a drugstore where I could purchase some inexpensive cuticle scissors for trimming eyelashes. I would also need to pick up some Lumify eye drops. I cannot be without these. And it does not appear that Ulta carries my preferred lash glue, which is the Kiss Brush On lash glue with aloe. I also would not want to spend a lot of money on a new eyelash curler. My favorite from Kevyn Aucoin is sold at Ulta, but only online. So I most likely would pick up the best reviewed drugstore option, maybe Revlon, maybe Tweezerman. So the lash curler, tweezers, lash glue, eye drops, mini scissors, those would all be things I would have had in my makeup bag. What I don't keep in my makeup bag is my skincare or my brushes. However, if I did, for some reason, not have my brushes either, I would 100% pick up this eye brush set from Morphe. And then to save a little bit of money, I would probably go for the Real Techniques brushes for the face. These 4 products right here would be my complexion cocktail. When I'm on vacation, I am typically somewhere a lot more humid than it is here in Las Vegas, and my skin is oily. So I need products that are going to be smoothing, long wearing, and have at least a little bit of oil control. Now, as you know, complexion products can be extremely expensive. So I'm gonna go drugstore. And the performance of these together, honestly, rivals the performance of many of my high-end complexion combinations. I have to say, I really dislike the packaging of this product, but what's inside is excellent. This is the NYX Face Glue Gripping Primer, and boy, does it grip. This is going to keep your foundation locked in all day. And over the top of that, I'm going to be applying my Maybelline Superstay Skin Tint. I truly believe this is one of the best drugstore foundations ever made. I used to always shy away from skin tints because I do like my foundations to have a little bit more coverage, more like medium coverage, in some cases buildable to full, especially if I'm going to an event or if I need my foundation to be very, very long wearing. Sheer foundations don't tend to be all that long wearing. And while I'm certain many of you love a sheer foundation, it's just not for me. And most skin tints are quite sheer. So I was pleasantly surprised when this first came out and I tried it and I saw that it did give some really nice coverage. It doesn't oxidize on me and it doesn't look like I'm wearing a mask. If you watch my videos regularly, you know that I love Morphe. I use and rave about so many of their products, so there will be quite a bit of Morphe in this video. This concealer was a recent discovery. This is the Wake Up Artist Under Eye Correcting Concealer. And I discovered this about 2 or 3 months ago when I did a full face of Morphe video. I had almost everything I needed for a full face except for the concealer. So as I said, this was a very pleasant surprise. I think my reaction to the first time I tried it is in that video. And ever since then, I've been reaching for it quite often. It gives beautiful coverage. It has a skin-like finish. It's not too radiant and it's not matte. It's smoothing, it wears all day long, and it's only $12. And then I set everything with the Morphe powder. This is their newer brightening quad powder. So you've got 4 shades in here. And this powder is also extremely smoothing. It's very, very finely milled. It feels so silky. I'm actually going to put a little bit on the back of my hand. And hopefully the camera is focusing. It's whisper light. It just disappears onto the skin. For brows, I'm picking up the NYX Micro Brow Pencil and the ColourPop Brow Boss 24-Hour Lifting Brow Gel. For eyeshadow, I'm also going ColourPop. I looked at all my ColourPop palettes and I thought, if I could only choose one, which one would it be? You know I love my Of Quartz, but that is quite cool toned. So I was thinking the safer route would be more of a neutral palette. So this is the ColourPop Feelin' Bubbly eyeshadow palette. All of the shades in here are quite neutral, and the quality of this palette, I think, is exceptional, especially for the budget price point. This is what I used on my eyes today. I've done more of a soft glam, but I could definitely use this to go even more glam, or I could use it to do just a very simple daytime look. And I would also be able to use this dark brown as my eyeliner, either dry or with a dampened eyeliner brush for more intensity. I honestly don't think I would buy an actual eyeliner pencil. No, I probably would because I do like to tightline underneath my lashes. For that, I usually use a pencil by the brand Can Make, which I think you can only find on Amazon. And I'm not sure I would really want to spend the money on the Urban Decay pencil that I really like. Oh, you know what? I just remembered. NYX has a good dupe for the Urban Decay. It's called the Epic Inky Sticks Mechanical Cream Gel Eyeliner. And I would choose the shade Ember Energy, which is a dark brown. For mascara, this may surprise a lot of people because I would say the majority of makeup artists and beauty enthusiasts have a drugstore mascara favorite. I feel like I'm the only one that simply does not have a drugstore holy grail mascara. And believe me, I have tried them all. There are some that I like a lot and that I recommend. However, unfortunately, I don't feel like any of them have given me the results that the MAC Stack Elevated mascara gives me. I really enjoy the slightly curved applicator that this has. This mascara just does something for my lashes that other mascaras don't do. My sparse, blonde, puny lashes love this mascara. And in this situation, I would repurchase the travel size to save some money. Oh, I would actually splurge on another powder, a pressed powder. My Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless. I have found drugstore products that have come close, but nothing that I would consider an exact dupe. And knowing how often I go through these, I wouldn't bat an eye repurchasing this, even though I have this one at home, because I know it will get used. There's just something about this powder. It smooths and brightens my under eyes like no other. It truly is like dusting on a filter. I originally thought I would need both of these, a loose and a pressed powder, but now that I think about it more, I probably wouldn't need both. So maybe I would just buy the Charlotte Tilbury. 2 more complexion products from Morphe would be added to my bag. A Cheek Thrills Bronze and Tone Duo and a Cheek Thrills Multi-Finish Face Trio. I like to layer powder products over cream products, and this gives you both. In this duo, you've got a cream bronzer and a powder bronzer. And in this trio, you've got 3 blushes in 3 finishes. You've got a cream blush at the top, a powder blush at the bottom, and then in the middle is a glowy Luminous Blush. And this trio, which is also on my cheeks right now, is called Poolside Spritz. There are so many options though. I highly recommend just choosing the one that appeals to you the most or you think would be best suited for your skin tone. Now, early on in the video, I mentioned that I would be buying my Kiss Lash Glue, and I may purchase my lashes at the drugstore as well, but if I were purchasing lashes from Ulta, I would most likely choose these from Ardell, cut them in half, and apply the inner portion of the lash to the outer corner of my eye. These days, I very rarely ever apply a full strip lash. For highlight, I'm going with L'Oreal's Lumi Le Glace. This reminds me so much of a Chanel product that I have. I can't think of the name right now, but it just gives a very nice, soft glass skin glow. It's very similar to a product by House Labs as well. This one is in the pearl shade, and it just gives a nice little glow. Fabulous for mature skin. And for lips, I'm going to do a high-low combo. You cannot go wrong with a Morphe lip liner. These are so creamy. The shade range is fabulous. Whether you have fair skin, medium skin, tan skin, deep dark skin, you will find the perfect lip liner shade within this range. The best part, they're only $7. And girl math says that if I'm only spending $7 on my lip liner, I can splurge on an undupable lip product. Others have tried, but no one has successfully duped the Chanel Le Rouge Duo. As you can see, it is a liquid lipstick that applies very evenly. Other less expensive products similar to this that I have tested did not go on evenly. They felt very dry on my lips. Once this is dry, you then apply the clear gloss and your lip combo is not budging. You may have to reapply the lip gloss, but thankfully it's not a sticky gloss. It doesn't feel heavy on the lips, and it also has, in my opinion, the perfect amount of shine. Okay, let me think. Have I covered everything? Brows, eyeshadow, mascara, concealer, foundation, primer, powder, lip combo, setting spray. I promise you this video is not sponsored by Morphe, nor is it sponsored by Ulta Beauty. Morphe's rebranding has just been stellar. They truly seem to be coming out with hit after hit after hit. This Life-Proof setting spray is a hit. It has an ultra-fine mist. It's not sticky at all. It smells very light and fresh and clean. It's alcohol-free and will hold your makeup on for 16 hours. So right now, the total before tax comes to about $266. With tax, and if I needed to add the brushes, and if I add the tools that I bought from the drugstore, I would probably end up having spent $350. So that would be a costly mistake. But it could be a lot worse if I were someone who just did not purchase affordable makeup. But I am not that person. I truly believe that affordable brands have really stepped up their game. Of course, I could knock off a pretty big chunk of that if I swapped out the Chanel lipstick and the Charlotte Tilbury powder. But as I said, I believe these are two products that are definitely worth the splurge. And the MAC mascara, if I purchased the mini at $16, I think, it's honestly not that far off in price from a L'Oreal mascara. I really hope you enjoyed this video, found it fun, maybe a little interesting. I really hope I am never in this situation, and I probably wouldn't be because I keep my makeup close to me when I travel. My makeup case is the first thing that goes into my bag. My bag has an AirTag in it, and now I'm thinking maybe I should put an AirTag in my makeup bag as well. I can't wait to see what Stephanie Marie has chosen. Once again, her video will be linked down below in the description box. That is where I will also have links to every product I've talked about today. I will also have them tagged through YouTube Shopping if available. And if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. And if you've come over from Stephanie Marie's channel, please let me know in the comments. I'm so happy to have you here. I hope you will consider subscribing to my channel. I do upload new videos at least twice per week. You can also find more content from me over on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. My username is the same everywhere. It's Risa Does Makeup. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.